How can you make it just what you want rather than what you fear? Or is it what people think of you that's important to you? You're actually afraid of being ordinary. Hi everyone, my name is Gigi and welcome back to my channel. Did you know that a lot of people fear failure because they fear being ordinary? And a lot of the time people chase these titles, these jobs, these awards, simply because they don't want to live an ordinary average life. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the fear of being too ordinary, what that means, how it's affecting you, and how you might have this fear without even realizing it. So what is being ordinary? How can you define being ordinary? For a lot of people, this means simply doing not a whole lot in life. You're not someone who achieves big goals. You're not someone who lives in a big house, has nice cars. You simply live an average life. To some, they see this life as a goal, but to you, you see it as boring and stereotypical. You want to be different. You want to achieve more. You believe you are put on this earth to achieve more. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to live the stereotypical life. There's nothing wrong with wanting to achieve more. But what is wrong is when your mindset makes it almost impossible to accept the reality that you have to fail and you have to do things differently sometimes to get there. And that life isn't always about the titles that you have and the things that you do. That being ordinary is not an insult. It's not a bad life, it's just different. In fact, to some people, what you see as ordinary might be their goals. If you think about it, the entirety of our society is built off of what we achieve, how much we are valued because of our achievements and the titles that we have. If you think about it, if you are introduced to someone and they tell you that they are a doctor or a neuroscientist, you're immediately going to value them a little bit more because of the work that they do, the title that they have. Those titles usually mean that they're more educated than you, that they've gone through a certain amount of schooling to get there. And for some reason, that makes us all value these type of people more. It's the same with people who have more money. When you see these people who are living these luxury lifestyles, we automatically put them above us because that is the way society is built. It has taught us to value those above ourselves when they have more, when they have more impressive titles, have more money, have better things than us. Our entire society is built on putting pressure on each individual one of us to do better, to achieve more, so things can run properly, so money can be made, things can be built, businesses can succeed. So why is it that we start to fear being too ordinary? That we only have one life, so why are we not doing the absolute most with it? The reason we fear this is because of comparison. Comparison is a thief of joy. If you're constantly seeing on social media people getting all of these dream things that you want, making lots of money, getting into the jobs that you want, using the opportunities that you feel you need, that you should be getting, that you should be achieving, and you're still sat in your house, maybe you haven't got the dream job yet, you haven't got the luxury items you want. Your car has warning lights while they're driving luxury vehicles. And of course, especially these days with social media, you're seeing post upon post and TikToks on all of these luxury things that you can do and have, and how happy you can be when you have money. You're seeing it all the time. You're getting a taste, a want for it all the time. And the idea of your life now, it's not good enough. You can't appreciate the things around you because you want more. That want turns into passion, that turns into motivation, which again, nothing wrong with that. But what is wrong is when you tell yourself that every time you fail, you're being too ordinary. It's not good enough. You start to fear failing because you believe you deserve more. And every time you fail, you're going against that point. This means as time is passing and you're seeing people around the same age as you achieving all of these things and you're not, you feel like you're behind. Your life is not catching up the way that you want it to. You're not getting the same opportunities. You're not getting the same results. You fear being left behind in this autopilot, ordinary lifestyle where you go to school, you graduate, you get that office job, that 9 to 5, you get a car that can get you from A to B, you get married, you have kids, you get older, you work your entire life, and then you die. You are afraid of that because you want more. But when you genuinely fear being ordinary, this doesn't push you. This doesn't motivate you. It doesn't make you more likely to achieve the life that you want. In fact, it's the exact reason you're not. The people who succeed, the people who are getting the life that you want, are doing it because they have the mindset to go with it. The the mindset and the actions to follow that mindset that align them with their dreams. But if you're afraid of being ordinary, if you're afraid of your current lifestyle, you're going to let the fear control you, and that mindset looks like constantly comparing yourself to others, even those who are just doing slightly better than you. You're gonna panic because you feel so left behind by everyone, that your timeline isn't quick enough to match up with everyone else's. Because of the panic, you're going to make decisions that aren't actually the best for you. It can leave you stressed and overwhelmed because you're rushing to do everything to catch up. And you're unable to be grateful for what you currently have because you feel like it's not enough. Everything that's currently happening in your life is not enough. So you can't appreciate any of it. You can't understand truly how grateful you already are, how privileged you already are, because you're too busy rushing to get to a better version of yourself, the better life that you want, because this life is too ordinary. This entire mindset, the mindset of chasing and panicking and rushing because you want to be like people that you've seen, you want to do exactly what they're doing right this second, that will get you nowhere. That will keep you stuck, because those people did not build their businesses or their life on panicking and fear and rushing. If you're simply building your worth off of the things that you've done, the achievements that you've built, if you only see your value as a person as the titles that you have, as soon as for some reason those titles are challenged, as soon as there's a title better than yours, you will never be happy. You will always seek the better thing, want to be the better thing. This is why it's so important to love yourself no matter what. To, of course, push yourself to do better every single day, but not value who you are as a person off of every little thing that you do. Because we're human, we're going to make mistakes, we're going to fail. In fact, failing is the whole part of the process. You're going to fail a million times before you get that one thing that works. So judging yourself off of those a million times beforehand where you did fail will not get you anywhere further. It will not make it work. It will only set you back. It's really important to understand the difference between fearing being ordinary and then just having big dreams for yourself. Not wanting to live an ordinary life doesn't necessarily mean you fear it. You might just want better things for you, better things for your family, and that is completely fine. The difference between them is your mindset. When you have the mindset that wants to make you succeed and do better, that is often coming from a place of self-love, knowing your worth and wanting more for yourself and your family. It means that you're disciplined. You understand that you need to do what you need to do to get to where you want to be. However, the fear, like I mentioned before, comes from a place of panic, of comparison, of feeling like you deserve more because you've seen other people and you want to be like them. Not because you just want it for yourself, but because you want it because other people have it. Not wanting to live an ordinary life can motivate you. It can push you to do better, make better decisions for yourself. But the fear can make you do things that you shouldn't be doing for success. Making moves that don't align with your goals simply because you feel it will project you forward, not what's actually best for you. So how do you stop fearing being ordinary, and rather than it being about your identity, making it as a motivator to get you to a better life? The first thing you're going to do is redefine what you think of yourself now and what you think of what an extraordinary life is to you. If right now you view your life as awful and terrible and you can't find one good thing about it, you need to break down everything. What are you grateful for? Is it your family? Do you have a great family? Is it where you live? Do you have a roof over your head? Is it safe? Is it your job? It might not be your dream job, but is it helping you pay the bills for now so you can focus on what you truly want to do? Is it even helping you get that job that you want? And for the life that you do want, that better life that you see so beautifully, what does it actually mean to you? Is it truly all just money and fame and luxury items? Or is it about the version of yourself that has those things? How that person feels? How they act? Is it more about the mindset that goes with those things that you want, rather than actually just those things? When you start becoming more grateful for what you already have, it means you can appreciate the entire process as you get to your dream life. Not just the, I hate my life right now, so I'm going to push myself and do whatever to get a better life, but I appreciate my life now. I understand why I'm living this way now. And as time goes on, as I progress, I can appreciate every single step because this is part of the process. The second thing is to focus on yourself. If you truly want to be successful and happy in life, it always comes from within. If you're so busy comparing yourself, your life, your experiences to everyone around you, even people on the internet, you will never be happy with what you have. In fact, you could have everything you dreamed of and still not be happy because there'll always be something else that someone else has that you want. This is why being happy from within, doing things, focusing on yourself from within is so important. This life is really not about anyone else but yourself. It might sound selfish, but it's the truth. You have to focus on you and what you want to do and how you want to do it to be happy and to fully succeed. We all have different paths that we can go on, but it's how we choose to go down those paths that makes us successful or not successful. This is why it's so important to just focus on what you want, because then you can't be swayed to a different path. You can't make decisions too quickly to try and fit in and choose the wrong path. When you focus on you, your mindset, you better yourself, you become the better version of yourself, and then you truly focus on what is the best thing for you, you will be successful. Whether it is in business, in mindset, in relationships, whatever it is. The next thing you're going to do is stop attaching your self-worth to your achievements. Like I mentioned before, it's super easy to want these big titles and feel like you are better because you have these big titles. And that because you spend so long on those things, that is just your identity. But then something else will come along and suddenly you've lost that title, or there's a better title than yours, and your self-worth goes down. So what is important is that you detach yourself from your titles. Attaching your self-worth to something other than yourself is an immediate no-no. The important thing is that you build self-worth from within. This looks like taking time to take care of yourself, prioritizing your own time, understanding what your own time is worth, focusing on self-care and mindset, building things from the inside out rather than just trying to make all of your life about what you are to other people. Because once you have your own self-worth and you understand what you truly are to yourself, you could do anything in life. Literally anything. You could be anything, but you will still be worth so much to yourself. The next thing is to understand that life is ordinary no matter which way you do it. Whether you live the most luxury lifestyle or the most ordinary lifestyle, there's still really ordinary parts to both. We still wake up in the morning, we still have our breakfast, we still go to lunch, we still have to work. Because again, ordinary just tends to be the stuff that we don't think about that much. The routines, the general tasks. This is why we shouldn't fear the ordinary, because the ordinary tends to be surrounding us. Even when you do live these moments of luxury, there's still ordinary that comes along with it. In fact, to a lot of people who've had that lifestyle for a while, it'll feel ordinary to them. And lastly is to shift pressure to intention. When you feel like you're constantly pressured to do things, you're going to do it wrong, and you're going to do it from the wrong place. But when you turn that pressure into intention, when you do things that are thought through, when you understand yourself, you know exactly what you want, you're confident, you love yourself, you will do every step of your journey with intention, rather than comparing yourself to everyone, trying to copy the way that they did it, trying to do what they did but better, trying to rush through to catch up to them. You don't care about anyone else. You don't care about where anyone else is or what anyone else is going to think of you doing what you do. You're just going to do it, and it's going to feel good because you're doing it with intention rather than feeling the pressures of others. So if right now you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to be ordinary. In fact, it feels like I shouldn't be ordinary. And the idea of that scares you. The idea of you living an ordinary life gives you genuine fear, to the point that you feel like you're panicking and you're rushing and you're making the wrong decisions. You're being dangerous with your money, with your life. You're just trying to do anything to get to that end goal. These tips that I've shared in today's video might help you, because that might mean you're actually afraid of being ordinary. So it's time to redefine what ordinary is to you, to understand truly why you want your goals, and also where the fear comes from. Why are you comparing yourself? Why do you feel the need to have these big titles in the first place? And Are the titles really that important to you? Or is it what people think of you that's important to you? That's all from me today. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to comment down below and I will try and get back to every single comment. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Bye!